Good morning, everyone. My name's Christy. Welcome to my corner. Thanks for joining me for Flossmas 16. And again, I'm sorry that we're not festive. This is like the least festive Flossmas. I don't know. Yeah, it's Flossmas 16, and we have some advents and some stitching and some chit-chatting, and let's get to it. I have my coffee. I was a little bit concerned about the coffee, I'm not gonna lie. This is day 10 of the coffee advent, and it's Baroida or Baroida Estate by Propeller Coffee Co. in Toronto, Ontario. And the origin of the beans is Papua New Guinea. But the tasting notes are pineapple, mango, kiwi, and black tea. And I don't love fruity coffee notes, but this is actually okay. But I think the reason why it's okay is because it's very weak. So, but I put the same amount of beans in, so it's just weak coffee, which is fine. I'll drink it. It has the same caffeine, I'm sure. All right, let's do some adventing. It is the 16th, which means that my Forbidden Fabric Co. Advent Calendar is giving me a floss and piece of the pattern. And this is the Forbidden Fabric Co. Advent Calendar, and the theme is 'Twas the Night Before Christmas. If you want to know more about how this works, you can check out Flossmas number 1. There is my color. Down the chimney, it's very sort of champagne colored. It's much pinkier than it's showing in the camera. Much pinkier. And so we will put that in our bag on our ring before I forget, because I forgot a couple times. So we will put it on the ring, and this is all the colors together, which is nice. And the piece of the pattern with this in it, well, the pattern up to this point. Let's see where this goes. Is it like no, it's a 4. Okay, so 4 is the symbol. It looks like it's in the face of the nutcracker, the giant nutcracker. It looks like it's in the reindeer or whatever is pulling a sleigh. And it looks like there are splotches of it in the rug. I'm still not quite sure how this works, because it's literally a house with a Christmas tree outside, but there's a fireplace with, I think, a fire in the middle of it and a dog looking at it. So it's like we're like inside and outside. It's very confusing. I'm really hoping that it will all figure itself out by the end, by Christmas time, because it's confusing. All right. Yes, that just slipped off the table. Next is our 24 Days of Beauty Ulta Advent Calendar. And we are on day 16. Yes, 16. A lip liner by Anastasia of Beverly Hills. So I don't line my lips, so this is not actually very helpful. But what's the color? Rosewood. I mean, it's a nice color, but I don't use lip liner at all. So it's actually a color that can you put lip liner on your eyes? My makeup divas, can you put lip liner on your eye, like around your eye? I don't know. So that's today. That's like kind of the first one we're just like, I know I'm not going to use that, which, considering it's day 16, is pretty good. And then we have our Around the World Advent Calendar from Universal Yums. Yesterday was a hit. It was this one that was like a sour airhead. And then here we have number 16, which is a chocolate orange of some kind. El Caserio de Tafala. Toffers. Let's see. Let's read about it in the book. And then this is another Voti day, so we'll have to see. Oh, there we go. No, that's not it. That's not it at all. I'm looking ahead. Chocolate toffees with bitter orange flavor. Naranja amarga. In the 1940s, Jesus Ramirez decided to create candy with soul. It doesn't tell me where it's from. I feel like, I gotta be honest with you, if Universal Yums ever watches this, which they won't, but you need to, if your whole thing is that it comes from around the world, different countries, you need to make it clear where they're from. Like, it should say from blah 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 at the top. Like, I don't understand why I have to read this whole thing and I still don't know where it's from. I don't know where this is from. So now I have to Google it. Hold on. Okay, that took way longer than it should have. These are from Spain. So they're from a place called Tafalla. But even on their website, they didn't say they were in Spain. It just doesn't make sense to me why you do a candies from around the world, but don't tell me where in the world the candies are from. I mean, is that just me? Am I crazy? All right, we got a little candy. I mean, it's good. I like a chocolate orange moment. But I don't think that it's better than yesterday's. Sorry, I'm thinking. Oh. I figured out what I'm doing with this now. Okay, so we're keeping these semifinals the way they are, but we're doing these quarterfinals the way they are. Okay, so we're keeping the quarterfinals the way they are, but the semifinals we're changing. So instead of like these two coming up with this and then fighting this guy, these two are going to come to here, and this guy's going to fight this guy, and these two are going to fight, and these two are going to fight. So then we'll have three semifinalists. We'll have 3. Right? So it'll be like that. So this, we'll cross this out. We'll go here. And this, I'm figuring it out. We'll go like that. So that's how it's gonna go. What do you think? I think it's a great idea. I think it's a great idea. So then we'll have 3 in the finals, 3 finalists for the winner. So that makes me happy. That feels like more fair. I think that feels more fair. All right. So that's taken care of. I've been thinking about that way more than I probably should. Oh, sorry. It's all light. Am I back? Am I back to being bright again? No, I'm not. Here, let's make it dark. That's better. Okay. Sorry about all the yammering on. Okay. Those are my advents. So what I have to show you is my crochet from yesterday. Now, I'm really sad because my stitch markers from Denise were not in this bag. And I looked for them in other places where I have done this project, and I did not find them. And so I'm thinking that they're in my one other crochet project bag, which are tiny granny squares, because I don't know where else they could be. And I'm really upset about it. I spent all sorts of time looking through things. The problem is I reorganized this room and it's still not completely organized yet. So things are just where like I don't expect them to be, which is not the best way to go about things. But I did message Denise and apologize that I don't have them, but I feel really shitty about it. On the other hand, I did find my Goonies pattern, which was kind of tucked into a spot because I had been working on it the last time I saw it. Anyway, let's talk crochet. And here is my project. And when you last saw it, I had only done, so basically I did one and a half rounds of this project. There we go. There's my screenshot. 1.5 rounds of this project. So now I'm on the blue, and I think I'm going to take this with me. And I'm also having a birthday party, a crafting and charcuterie birthday party, because I deserve to throw myself a birthday party. And that might be something that I work on, because it's a thing that I can like talk and work at the same time. And I don't have to be able to see it really well because my eyes are bad. All right, that's my stitching for the day. And I'm pretty happy to make a little bit of progress. Let's see what we have here. Today, I'm not going into the office. The only thing I have to go to today is the gym. I just saw what was coming out here. Let's do this. Haha, there we go. I have to go to the gym today, and then I have to clean things up today because I have to clean up in order to have this party. What do I got here? Bayou scarf. Oh, this is deep. This is deep lore. Hold on one sec. All right. So what I'm doing is I'm making a scarf with the archers from the Bayou tapestry embroidered on it. So this is my favorite little happy archer guy. And let me show you what he looks like finished in a smaller version. This is what he looks like finished. And he's just so happy. So let me show you. These guys just hang right here. Let me show you in this amazing Bayou tapestry book that my husband got me years ago. I think that this is full size, but they're on page, well, they start on page 67, but if this is a heavy book, but if you look at the bottom of page 68, there are all these archers marching across. And I love them. And I want a scarf with them on it because I want to impress all of my friends at medieval camp. So I need to work on this. So the plan is to have 4, I think I can fit 3 or 4 little archers on it. He's my favorite just because he's so happy. And then I'm going to, work on the other side. And 4 on there as well. 3 or 4 on there as well. But I have honestly started this and cut it out so many times. So I just want to get it done. That would be nice. I mean, I won't get it done at this point, but they are pretty, I think they're pretty quick because they're sort of mostly lines, but they aren't all lines. So, and I'm doing them in, this is a linen, a nice sort of narrow linen, and I'm doing them in DMC cotton. So I'm not using the wool that I'm using for like the actual thing. The needle is still here. So silly. This could easily be done in not too long. Anyway, that's what I'm working on for today. And yeah, I don't have to go into the office today. And I went into the office yesterday. Sorry, this is the yammering part. I went into the office yesterday to have a phone call with a prospective student who really just wanted advice on what to do. You know, just advice. They needed advice. And so I went in and she never called. So after about 5 minutes, I emailed her and I'm like, hey, you know, I will be in the office until 11:30, but then I have to go. I have other things I need to do. She emailed me like 2.5 hours later and basically said that she had to take her kid for an ultrasound, which I understand. It didn't sound like it was an emergency, but I understand. And then she forgot. And so I emailed her back and I said, okay, well, I won't be in the office, so you can't call me, but if you want to organize a Zoom with me, I'm happy to talk to you about your history options. Never heard back. And then I had a 2.5 hour meeting, which is my own fault. I run the meetings, but it's the end of the semester meeting. But we got a lot of really good work done, so that's good. And we're changing up our scholarships. My department has an enormous number of scholarships. We essentially have more money than we can spend on our students in a reasonable fashion. And so we're expanding the pool of folks that we can give scholarships to the extent that the bequest allows, because of course the money was donated. And so we can't give it out to anybody. We have to follow what the bequest is. But the way we were giving it out before was very, very narrow. We were hoping that we could sort of create these scholarships as a recruitment tool to get students to apply, to sort of like acknowledge we exist and apply to our program. But that was not happening. We spent 10 years, literally 10 years, trying to get the word out about these scholarships, and students have no idea. So I have them apply for them when they get here and when they, meet with me for tours and stuff. But we're not recruiting people with these scholarships. We are retaining them, and we are sort of getting them to agree after they found us. So I honestly want to use them to get butts in seats of our history classes. So instead of it just being for history majors, now they're going to be for history minors, and for majors with a significant history component. So for example, our political science, social studies degree requires 5 history classes. Well, that's a significant number of history classes for an interdisciplinary major. Women's studies can have a large history component if the student chooses to do so. And so students who do choose women, gender, and sexuality studies as a minor can decide to take 4 or 5 history courses, and that would get them $1,000 a year. So, we'll see. We're trying to expand, and we'll see where it goes. I don't know, man. I'm just trying to improve things. I'm just trying to make things better, get more students, keep us rolling. And then we also talked about online classes and how to make our online classes better and more effective and ADA compliant, because not all of them are ADA compliant. So we need to make sure those are ADA compliant. But anyway, I just have time to talk today because I'm not going to the office. All I'm doing today is I'm doing some cleaning. I am doing some stitching. I'm going to the gym. And I'm hopefully meeting with that woman to give her stockings back so that she can hang those up. We'll see. We'll see what she says. I'll have to check Instagram. We only communicate through Instagram. So anyway, I got nothing else to say. So happy Flossmas. I will talk to you later. And I will show you the stitching that I have done tomorrow morning. So please take good care of yourselves and have a happy Flossmas. Bye.